All right, welcome to Divine Lotus Tarot. So, I have a message for those of you who either got significant placements of Taurus or you got Taurus Vesta. It's a few messages coming through. So, number one, I was hearing the energy of dilute. So, what I'm picking up is that for some of you, there is a situation where you could be an individual, okay, who, if you are a Taurus or a Taurus Vesta, so just moving forward, this time speaking. So, this energy is showing that this could be a person who is on drugs and they are not able to get pregnant or they're not able to get someone pregnant. I do feel where there is a female energy who is a Taurus or has a Taurus Vesta, the reason why they can't get pregnant is because they're on drugs, but at the same time, it feels like they have jealousy energy towards like a Libra, Virgo, Leo, who may be able to get like pregnant very easily. And this could be something that someone hides, right? That they live this double life, that they do drugs. It also feels as well too, where this is a male. It feels like you're lying and you're keeping hidden the fact that the reason why you haven't been able to conceive or you never had children is the fact that you actually do drugs. It feels like there is a Leo or a Sagittarius that will, the truth is going to come out about this. Like, this is why things have been complicated, why it's been challenging, why it's been hard for y'all to get pregnant. Because it feels like there's drug usage going on. Now, in other instances, it could be a situation where if children have been produced out of this, it could just be the fact that this could be why there are like issues with the child and their sense of progression, or why there could be disabilities with this child, because um, it could be this Taurus energy that never disclosed that they had been using drugs. In another instance, what I'm seeing for a small percentage of you all, it feels like male energy. If you were dealing with maybe, let's say, a Sagittarius or a Leo individual, this could be the reason why y'all never had kids, because this person does drugs. And this what you may come to know. In other instances, this could, you all who possess this energy of Taurus or Taurus Vesta, you could know that this person who could be a fire sign, a Leo or a Sagittarius, who a female who you were dealing with, you could know that this person was on drugs, but it's like you've been keeping this secret for this individual, or you've been keeping the secret from this person's family. So you could have just like always known that, but like you could have just been holding this secret back for this person. Now, other messages I'm getting in this situation as well too is that it feels like as well too that someone could. It feels like an energy of, in most instances, if some of you had like a family member, like a father, a husband, or a significant male figure, this could be why this person was never really like around, or there was inconsistencies with them coming and going in your life, because it seems like this person chose drugs over being a family man or being involved with the family. Some of you will come to learn that like their family, other family members knew about this and they just hid this. They just never talked about it, or this was like the big elephant in the room that just people just would never address. Okay, so this could be like why a Taurus energy was like male energy was never really relevant or consistent with being able to be a part of your life. Um, yeah. And then in other messages I'm picking up is that for some of you, okay, like let's say if you have a husband or a fiance or someone who you are considering, like you looking at this person very significantly, like you want to be with them. This male could be, okay, for some of you, this male could just be someone who is dealing with an addiction, and either he is blatantly lying, okay, he knows he has an addiction, he's blatantly lying, and he's on drugs. I mean, like hardcore drugs, street drugs. In other instances, this could be a male who actually, maybe he is like in denial, okay, or he doesn't really consider himself like a drug addict or consider that he's using drugs, because it could be medication that he's taking. And he could have a legitimate reason why he needs this medication, but he could be like addicted to this medicine, and he, like I said, he's either in denial or he's just not aware that this is an issue. You know what I'm saying? And then in other instances, is what I'm picking up is that this could be a male who is using medication as drugs, but he is like very crafty and clever with knowing like the right amount of usage just to get like high, just perfectly. You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't like, I'm I'm getting like someone who's just very like clever with they don't take more so that it would be like obvious. This could be someone who I was getting kind of the message like they could be like a functioning addict. So they still go to work, you know what I'm saying? They still lead a normal life in terms of, whatever's quote unquote looked at as normal from, you know, their daily life. It just made it not be obvious that this person is a drug addict, in the sense because I feel like this person is not like a hardcore drug user. They could just be using like over the counter or prescription medicine, okay? And it could just be someone who's just very, like I said, I feel whoever this particular group of individuals message relates to is that this person is just very crafty. They're just very slick with knowing just like the right amount, the dosage, how to hide it. I just feel like they're very slick. They're very crafty with it. So it's like they know that they are addicted. They know that they know what they're using it for. It's like they know all of this, but they're just very slick. Like they can essentially get away with it. That it's not so obvious, and then they don't look like the stereotypical like drug user, drug addict, crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not something hardcore heavy like that. It's, like I said, to me, this feels more like a person who's on like prescription medication or some type of over the counter medication that they're utilizing. And yeah, they're still able to go to work. They're still able to do other things. You know what I'm saying? It just may not be so obvious. It could be certain erratic tendencies or red flags that happen or arguments and things from time to time, but it just may not just be very blatant or overt. And this person is very good at like concealing this. Now, for some of you, when you are dealing with this individual, whether it is they're actually using hardcore drugs, whether they are not aware that the fact that they are like addicted to like a medicine or over the counter like medicine, or this is someone who is intentionally like using medication for the ability to escape. I feel like maybe some of y'all might be thinking that this person is cheating on you, and this could be why y'all have like inconsistencies, why y'all on and off, things of that nature, why this person tends to disappear, they show up, they have erratic like behavior with you. You might think that this person is cheating on you. In some instances, it could be this person is not actually cheating on you. They're just cheating on you with their addiction that they have, and they're trying to like cover it, or they just go away when they're doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm hearing like a black hole, so they could kind of go into like a black hole energy, and this could be why they have these like their presence and them showing up in the relationship with you could be just kind of like not constant or inconsistent. So for some of you, it may not be that they are actually cheating with a person. It could just be that they are doing that, and that's what you aren't aware of. So they're living a double life in that sense. In other instances, I am getting a situation where there could be a person who is using drugs, and then they could have someone who they are cheating with who kind of like, okay, I'm hearing this other person condones that bullshit. That's what I'm hearing. So it's like, if you don't tolerate this person, or this person knows that you don't do drugs or things of that nature, this person obviously they haven't showed that side to you. So they would have another individual who they're going to, who they can go do this with. Now, in some instances, this is someone who they are sleeping with. Um, in some instances, for some of y'all, it could be someone who's doing this with the same sex. So for some of you, someone is living a double life. They're going like they'll be with you. They'll be regular. They'll be, I mean regular in the sense that they try to act like they're sober, and then they can go on the other hand and go kick it with somebody else who they actually do drugs with. Some of you, this is a friend. It's just platonic, and they just have a good time with this person. They can unwind. They let loose with this individual. Others of you, this could be someone who they're sleeping with, and then in other instances, this could be someone who is doing this, doing drugs with someone, but it's the person. It's like this person becomes gay when they get high or when they do drugs, and I feel like in certain instances where it's a person sleeping with the same sex, this person may try to come off like they're bisexual if it is known that they are, or if it came down to it, they would just probably try to disclaim that they're bisexual. But this person knows what preference that they prefer over the other, so technically they're not really bisexual. They they know who they prefer to be with, and it feels more so like they prefer to be with the same sex. Um, Now in another situation that I was picking up, this is an energy where I'm picking up where there could be like, which is kind of interesting because I don't know, I've never tapped into this type of energy before, so it feels like there is someone who sells drugs here. Okay. Now the interesting thing is there is someone who sells drugs, and it feels like this particular individual is a male, or has male energy, and this individual feels like he has fallen in love with one of his individuals who he supplies drugs to, and I kept hearing that this person is pretty. So I guess, I mean, that's one of the reasons why this person is so like attracted to this individual. So for some of you, I don't know, I guess if you know that you're dealing with someone who's a drug dealer or whatever the case may be, if that applies to you, this person could be like having a relationship or having sex with someone or has fallen in love with for someone. I'm just kind of getting really like Captain Save-A-Ho type of energy. Someone's fallen in love with someone, or I don't really think it's love. I think it's lust because I just kind of more so get the energy of it's sexually based or it's just more so attraction based. If this person hasn't had sex with them, but it's still like a strong like chemistry and alluring connection that this person has, because it feels like this person will literally ghost you to go be with this individual. So even if they haven't had sex, it's like this person will like dish you or disappear on you to go fuck with this person. And that's because they're supplying drugs to this individual. And it feels like it's almost like this person kind of feels like Captain Save-A-Ho, or like they have like a soft side for this individual. So I don't know if this person's like a mother, or they see something in this individual that reminds them of someone else, or something. But it's like, or this person is just having sex with this individual, and that could be the other, what is that, soul tie that they have to this person. But it kind of feels like a drug dealer who fell in love with someone who they were supplying to. This is even to the point where this person does not even charge this individual for the damn drugs. And it's like, what part of business is that? Okay. And I'm not saying I condone anyone who sells drugs or anything of that nature. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to figure out how it makes sense in the world of business, um, that you would end up breaking your own rule and you start having sex and dealing with on a personal level someone who you were supposed to just keep as like a client, right? It's almost like this individual has broken their own rule, mixing business with pleasure, especially for those who have crossed the line and start having sex with this person because they find this person beautiful. And it's almost like maybe this person feels like they're kind of shocked to know that this person used drugs or something like that, because maybe they feel like this person is like too beautiful to be doing drugs. And going back to that message where I heard dilute, it kind of feels like, and maybe in some instances as well too, it's like this person sees themselves as like either this woman, when she calls him, she's like, she'll refer to it as like she needs her medicine. So he could honestly see himself as like being her savior or being her doctor or some weird crazy thing like that, or this is some weird fantasy that they have, like that they play out like sexually, and he'll bring it over to her, and he acts like he's her doctor and she's his patient. I don't know, but it literally feels like this individual who sells these drugs, or he don't sell the drugs to her, he gives her drugs, but he could be either giving it to her for free if he's not having sex with her. Otherwise he's having sex with this individual, and he kind of feels like, okay, it's a fair trade-off, you know what I'm saying? Like he's getting to have sex with her, and she's getting her drugs, and he's able to help her cope and take care of things because she's may have convinced him, she needs these, and she's able to function better, and it feels even as well too like he like dilutes her drugs down or something like that. But nonetheless, it just really feels like in some instances some of you are dealing with a man who has feelings for another woman that are just lust based, but he will literally like ghost you, dish you for this other woman because, like I said, if y'all know that this person is a drug dealer, or maybe if you don't know this person is a drug dealer, he has like a soft spot for this other chick who, like, whenever she calls, he is running over there. Like, he will run to that. And I really feel like he is, he thinks that he can maybe get this person off of drugs or something like that, or he sees like the potential in this person, or he just thinks that this person is just so like attractive, and he just, maybe, I don't know, I just think he's so confused as to like, because maybe this person doesn't look like the typical person who uses drugs or something like that. But I feel like like I said, he broke his own rule, falling in love with someone he was actually supplying to. And I feel like honestly, I asked like, what is this gonna lead to in this particular instance where this like drug dealer has fell in love with the person who they are giving leading this double life and essentially like sleeping with their client. Especially for those of you who you're with this person and you're not even aware that this individual is sleeping with someone else, okay, or let alone messing with someone or has feelings, strong feelings for someone who they are supplying. It feels like either this person's gonna miss out on you, right? Because you probably just gonna end up leaving this person. Like if this person keeps ghosting you, just acting weird, they disappear, you're going to end up just leaving this person. So this person's gonna miss out on you. I feel like this person's gonna get sick of having to defend themselves. Because it's almost like if you do know about this person, maybe you don't know the reason why this individual feels so strongly or has some type of connection or why they are friends with this individual and or why they associate themselves with this person. Like you can know that something's weird or something's off with this person when they mentions them, but you may not know, like I said, either that this man that you're dealing with does drugs. I mean, not does drugs, that he deals drugs, or that or if you do know that he deals drugs, you're not aware that he is doing it with this particular person, and if you know of this other energy that's here, this female energy that he has this attraction to or whatever, it just feels like he's gonna get tired of defending her. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he's broken all of his rules to make it okay for the fact that he's dealing with someone where he normally doesn't deal with his clients in this manner. And it's like I feel like she could be the catalyst to like his downfall and his demise. So it's just gonna be like he's gonna eventually see that it wasn't worth it. Either he's gonna end up just ghosting her on his own. He's gonna end up, realizing that you are more valuable, than this other female, and he will, in certain instances, for some of you all, come to his senses because he's gonna realize it doesn't make sense. He's broken all his own rules. Like he's essentially, it's almost just giving me like Jezebel energy, like he's fallen for a Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? Like she's been able to, you know, bedazzle him with her vagina, and he has lost his whole mind. You know what I'm saying? And forgot his purpose of just keeping things like business, strictly business with all individuals who he comes into contact with. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like for some of you, he may just come back to his senses. Just put it like that. Like eventually, he's gonna see through the facade. He's gonna see like, okay, yeah, she may be pretty on the outside, but like her spirit, her soul, or just the fact that she is still a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like all of that does not take away from the fact that she is the very individual who he has said that he is not attracted to or he does not want to be with. You know what I'm saying? But he's like lying and deceiving himself with this particular individual because I guess she just does not look like the stereotypical maybe client that he usually has, or he's just so shocked like, oh my goodness, I never would have thought that she did drugs or whatever in that instance. So I feel like he'll eventually come to his senses for some of you, and for others of you is you will just end up leaving him. Like you'll leave him, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be his own fault, the reason why you walked away, because A, like I said, you either didn't know he was a drug dealer, or B, like, he keeps flaking on you, or he keeps being inconsistent, or he's not ready to commit. And it's because he like has somebody else who he's dealing with who, he is in denial about the fact that he has overstepped his own, boundaries that he has set with when it comes to him being in this field, I guess, of dealing and sleeping or mixing business and pleasure or just catching feelings for someone who he's dealing to. So I feel like interesting messages, but those are all that I have for you, and have a nice day.